Hi, welcome to the online version of Back to School Night. I know this is a little different than years past, but welcome to my homerooms class. I'm Amy Villanova, and other than teaching homeroom, I teach music. I teach bands and orchestras, so wind ensemble, chamber orchestra, jazz band, and I'm also the coordinator for the instrumental music program. So if we were in our classroom looks a little different than a lot of the other classrooms on campus. But right now, they all look like our living rooms. So, welcome to our homeroom. What is homeroom? Homeroom is a Friday activity. We meet briefly on Fridays just to check in. It's a chance for students to have a place to go, for teachers to keep track of a small group of students, for students to have a small peer group to interact with just once a week, and just to feel like they have a little bit of a home base. It's a place where we deliver our campus-wide news. We share our CCA TV. If there are counseling presentations, or like this past week where we were doing the assessments for math and for reading to just see how online learning went last term in the spring. So if there's a campus-wide activity so that it doesn't take away a piece of some of our academic classes, we try to do that during homeroom. We tackle a lot of our social emotional learning activities in homeroom, and it's just sort of a small family that we get to grow over the years. It's a chance to kind of slow down at the end of the week and just take a breath and say, yeah, that happened. What happens next? And just a place for students to just have that moment of peace. It's a connection to a teacher, so that students have somebody that they know on campus cares about them and is, there to help them if they have a question like, how do I sign up for tutoring? Or how do I get an appointment with my counselor? Or how do I figure out how to do this whole college app craziness? We're just an extra person that hopefully your student feels that connection with. And because we have basically the same homeroom from year to year, it becomes our little tight-knit family. And I already feel like that, even though we're all separated this year through our online experience, because we have a lot of returning members to our homeroom, everybody except for last year's seniors who've matriculated. We get to be a little bit more close together. So by the time your student goes all the way through CCA, they have this group that is fairly consistent for their 4 years, which as a music teacher, I get to experience in my ensembles. But it's a really great thing and it's really powerful. So I hope that our returning members feel a little bit more connected to those in their groups. Like, oh yeah, I know those people. And so even on this online format, we are still a little bit more connected in that way. And so what do we do in homeroom? We talk about our lives. We share our campus activities. If somebody, when we were on campus, if there's some really great extracurriculars happening, like we cheer for our athletes. And if there's some kind of Envision Arts event coming up, comedy, sports, all sorts of speech and debate, all of the different things that we have going on campus. It's a great way for students to find those connections. I put pictures here of my cats because we do spend a lot of time talking about our pets right now because our pets are part of our classroom. So welcome to the class. My two cats, as you can see, they don't like getting baths. But anyway, these are some of the things that we do. So far, our students in homeroom, we've met actually a number of times because of the testing, but our students also have written letters to themselves. It was a tradition we started last year. And so hopefully everybody who's a returning member got their letter in the mail. Our students who are new to us also write a letter to themselves upon graduation. And I'm pretty sure last year in August, nobody would have predicted that that was how we were ending our school year. So it's really interesting to see what predictions, what aspirations, what things our students have decided for themselves or goals that they've set for themselves this year, so that when we look back in June, we'll see what's different, what's new, how they did, and have a new place to reflect upon. So we have things like that we do, but basically it's just kind of a place to camp out, a home base, and a whole bunch of people who care about each other. And so that's homeroom, and we meet on Fridays right after second period, and then we go off to lunch after that. And so on your Friday schedule, make sure that you remember to log into homeroom, because it is an attendance class and it is something that we need to check in every Friday, so that you can get the news and stay connected with CCA. So that is Homeroom. Again, I'm Amy Villanova. If you need to get in touch with me, my email is amy.villanova at the school suffix. And again, I teach music mostly, but also homeroom. So it's nice to see you all in this format, and I can't wait till we can see each other in person again soon. So hope everybody stays safe, and if you need anything at all, send me an email or a message via our Google Classroom. Thanks. Have a nice night.